Imagine kicking off a video that instantly hooks people by flipping everything they think they know about rifles upside down. That's exactly where we're going, and trust me, what you're about to hear will change the way you look at tactical performance forever. Before we dive into the lineup that has been quietly outperforming the big names everyone brags about, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment telling me what rifle you think deserves a reality check, and smash subscribe so you don't miss the breakdown that gun shops definitely don't want you to hear. This is going to get loud, surprising, and a little controversial, so let's fire up this countdown and see which rifles actually deliver when it counts. Number 10. Kel-Tec SU16C. Starting off this countdown, we're diving into a rifle that always makes classic AR owners do a double take because it refuses to follow the usual tactical blueprint. And that's exactly why the Kel-Tec SU16C stands out as one of the smartest compact performers you can carry. The whole rifle folds into a tight 16mm overall length, shrinking down into a package so small it can slip into spaces where full-size rifles would never fit. Yet, when unfolded, it stretches out to roughly 30 mile with a lightweight 16mm barrel that burns powder efficiently enough to keep 223 rounds running at reliable speeds. And all of this sits inside a reinforced polymer frame, weighing only about 4.7 pounds loaded, giving you the kind of mobility long-range hikers, hunters, and emergency-prepared shooters appreciate when they don't want an extra pound slowing them down. Especially since that polymer uses aerospace-grade blends that hold solid structure during negative 40-degree freezes and scorching 140-degree heat waves without bending or swelling, allowing the rifle to stay dependable even in the kind of environments that make metal-heavy rifles feel like anchors. The SU16C also takes standard AR magazines, giving it plug-and-play compatibility that avoids the usual special mag headaches. And shooters regularly record 2 to 3 mil groupings at 100 yards when paired with decent ammunition, a level of practical accuracy that earned it years of use by Florida wildlife officers who needed a rifle that could handle saltwater mist, bumpy airboat rides, and the unpredictable conditions of open wetlands without constantly begging for maintenance. While the SU16C keeps its profile sleek, the trade-offs are worth mentioning because the polymer frame can feel almost too light for shooters used to metal receivers. The accessory rail space stays minimal, which limits heavy customization. The trigger pull leans toward the heavier side. The iron sights don't give a massive adjustment range, and the stock stays fixed in length. Yet its price point at around $649 makes those compromises much easier to swallow when you consider that the rifle brings folding portability, simple operation, and rugged environmental tolerance together in a way that most traditional rifles twice its size never manage. Proving that when real-world mobility becomes the priority and you need something that packs small, deploys fast, and performs with consistency far beyond what its minimalist build suggests, the Kel-Tec SU16C shows exactly how much capability can fit inside a lightweight design that was engineered from the start to go places bulky rifles can't even attempt. Number 9. Century Arms IWI 10. Dropping into the next spot, we're looking at a rifle that earned its reputation not through hype, but through years of brutal field exposure. And the Century Arms IWI 10 stands as one of those designs known for rugged construction and long-term durability rather than fancy features. Beginning with its stamped steel receiver, built to the same tough Romanian military pattern that's been around for decades and reinforced with a thicker gauge that helps the platform stay structurally consistent even after heavy round counts. The forged barrel stretches to around 16 mile in length and carries chrome lining that adds corrosion resistance and keeps the bore stable during extended firing, while the overall size lands at roughly 35 mil, depending on furniture configuration, giving it a full-size silhouette that still feels balanced thanks to its weight distribution. And, although the rifle uses a classic layout with minimalistic furniture, its heart lies in the simple long-stroke piston system that keeps carbon buildup manageable and resists jamming when exposed to dirt, sand, and moisture. Accuracy typically falls into battle-grade performance, often floating around 3 to 4 mil groups at 100 yards with standard steel case ammunition. And while that won't impress precision-obsessed shooters, the design has always focused on reliability first, which is exactly why these rifles stayed functional in harsh conditions from desert dust to cold mountain regions. The WASR-10 includes a fixed wooden or polymer stock, depending on the variant, a standard gas block layout, and traditional open sights with a rear notch adjustable for elevation, though windage adjustments usually require tools. On the downside, the trigger can have a bit of a gritty feel. The furniture finish isn't as refined as modern rifles. The sight picture is basic, and the lack of modular mounting points limits accessory options. Yet its simplicity is also its advantage because fewer parts mean fewer points of failure. Sitting in a price range around $699 depending on configuration, the WASR-10 built its reputation on being sturdy, consistent, and predictable in environments where more delicate platforms tend to struggle, proving that sometimes a straightforward, old-school design, built with tough materials and tested through decades of real-world use, can offer a kind of mechanical resilience that modern designs with tighter tolerances don't always match. Number 8. Ruger Mini 14. Sliding into this spot, the Ruger Mini 14 shows up with a personality that instantly separates it from the more modern, tactical-looking rifles around it, leaning into a traditional profile shaped by engineering roots that trace directly back to classic American service rifles. And the most defining element is its Garand-inspired rotating bolt, paired with a short-stroke gas piston that gives the Mini 14 a smooth, consistent cycling rhythm that feels mechanically stable even during long sessions of use. The rifle typically stretches to around 37 to 39 mil in overall length, depending on configuration. Built around an 18.5 mil barrel designed to burn propellant efficiently and deliver a clean push to lighter 2.23 loads, which is why many examples comfortably hold under 2-mile groups at 100 yards with quality ammunition, earning the Mini 14 a reputation for practical accuracy rather than match-grade tightness. Its receiver is machined from solid steel, giving the rifle a rigid backbone that resists flex, and Ruger has gradually refined barrel contour, gas port sizing, and harmonic balance through successive generations to keep point of impact more consistent during strings of fire. The stock comes in either wood for a classic feel or synthetic for durability, and because the design doesn't rely on a buffer tube like AR-style rifles, it stays slimmer and more compact through the rear section while maintaining internal stability. The iron sight system features a protected front post and an adjustable rear aperture, while the top of the receiver includes Ruger's proprietary mounting cuts for scope rings, meaning optics are fully possible but require the included hardware rather than modular rails. The gas system runs relatively clean thanks to the piston setup, which limits the amount of carbon deposited inside the receiver, although the thinner barrel profile can heat up more quickly during extended strings. Accessory mounting remains modest unless a model includes a modernized handguard, and while the rifle's controls are intentionally simple, some users note the trigger lacks the crisp break found on match rifles. Weighing in around 6 to 7 pounds depending on the stock, the Mini 14 balances quickly and carries a sense of heritage that's rare among contemporary designs. Priced around $899 depending on trim, the Mini 14 stands out not by chasing extreme precision or modularity, but by combining long-proven mechanical engineering, dependable construction, clean running operation, and a signature look that maintains its place in discussions of reliable, traditional-style rifles, even as the broader market shifts toward heavier, more tactical platforms. Number 7. PSA KS47. Coming into this spot, the PSA KS47 brings a unique hybrid personality to the list because it mixes the familiar feel of an AR-style layout with a design built to accommodate the wider, tapered 7.6, 2x3.9 cartridge, creating a platform that stands out through engineering rather than cosmetics. The rifle usually measures around 33 to 36 mils in overall length, depending on stock position, and uses a 16 mil barrel treated for long-term durability. With the heart of the design being its reinforced bolt carrier group that receives extra heat treatment to withstand the additional pressure generated by the larger cartridge, a necessary upgrade because a standard AR bolt isn't shaped or strengthened for that kind of stress. The KS-47 also uses a modified magazine, that accepts AK pattern magazines, giving it compatibility with a wide range of steel and polymer designs. And the extended feed geometry built into the upper receiver helps maintain smooth cycling, despite the cartridge's distinct curve. The gas system is adjustable, allowing the internal operation to stay stable when the rifle is paired with different ammunition types or barrel setups, although the user must rely on correct settings to keep the system balanced. The upper and lower receivers follow AR-style ergonomics, offering a familiar layout for charging handle location, safety selector placement, and general handling, while the weight tends to be slightly higher than a typical AR because of the strengthened components and steel magazines commonly associated with this cartridge. Accuracy typically sits around 2 mil groups at 100 yards with decent ammunition, a practical level for this caliber's typical use. And the recoil impulse comes across as sharper, compared to .223 due to the heavier bullet weight. On the downside, the design is not fully cross-compatible with standard AR parts. The magazines can be bulkier, the system depends on proper gas tuning, and the platform offers a bit less modularity compared to rifles built strictly around AR specifications. Still, priced around $749 depending on the configuration, the KS-47 stands out for blending two major design philosophies into a single, reinforced package that maintains the handling style of an AR layout while working with a cartridge traditionally associated with simpler, heavier platforms, creating a rifle that occupies a distinctive place in the broader world of hybrid firearm engineering. Number 6. Ruger PC Carbine. Landing at this spot, the Ruger PC Carbine steps in with a design that breaks away from the stereotype of compact carbines by mixing portability, modularity, and clever engineering into a platform that has earned attention for its versatility rather than raw power, starting with an overall length of roughly 34 to 35 mil, depending on stock adjustment, and a 16.12 mil cold, hammer-forged barrel that helps stabilize lighter 9mm loads into something noticeably more energetic when fired from a longer tube. The takedown mechanism is one of its standout features, allowing the rifle to separate into two compact sections simply by locking the bolt back and twisting the barrel assembly, turning it into a travel-friendly package that can fit into small cases or backpacks with ease. The receiver is machined from aluminum alloy for strength without unnecessary weight, and inside, it runs a blowback system enhanced with Ruger's adjustable dead blow weight. A clever design that uses internal mass to reduce bolt bounce and smooth out the recoil impulse, giving the carbine a more controlled cycling feel. The barrel includes threading for accessories, and the rifle supports interchangeable magazine wells, which means it can accept different magazine types depending on model compatibility, adding a level of flexibility not commonly found in other carbines. Factory iron sights come in the form of a protected front blade and an adjustable rear aperture, while the top of the receiver includes a full-length rail for optics, making the platform friendly for a range of sighting systems. Accuracy at close and mid-distances tends to be consistent thanks to the rigid barrel and stable receiver, and the carbine's weight, generally falling between 6 and 7 pounds, depending on trim, helps keep muzzle movement minimal. The downside to the design is that it's not intended for long-range precision, as 9mm rounds drop off quickly past 100 yards, and the takedown interface, while convenient, can add a slight point of impact shift if reassembled carelessly. Plus, the factory trigger tends to feel functional rather than refined. Still, priced around $629 depending on model, the Ruger PC Carbine stands out for its blend of portability, modular engineering, and practical energy boost from a longer barrel, offering a unique combination of features that make it one of the more interesting contemporary carbines built around a compact pistol cartridge. Number 5. IWI Galil Ace Gen 2. Reaching the midpoint of this countdown, the IWI Galil Ace Gen 2 arrives with the kind of engineering pedigree that immediately sets it apart, carrying forward decades of refinement from Israel's military design heritage and blending it into a modernized platform built around durability, rigidity, and consistent performance, starting with its milled steel receiver carved from a solid block of material that gives the rifle a stiffness. Few stamped designs can match, keeping the entire system more stable during repeated cycling and helping maintain point of impact, even with heavy use. The overall length varies from about 34 to 36 mm, depending on adjustable stock position. Anchored by a 16mm cold hammer forged chrome-lined barrel that follows stringent manufacturing standards and provides long-term resistance to corrosion and throat wear, while the long-stroke gas piston system delivers a smooth, predictable movement pattern, known for functioning across a wide environmental range. The redesigned Gen 2 handguard features an ergonomic, lightweight profile with integrated attachment sections for accessories, and the updated charging handle placement, improved safety selectors, and slimmed-down receiver rails help modernize the feel without losing the rugged character of earlier Galil variants. The folding and telescoping stock allows multiple length-of-pull adjustments, making the rifle adaptable to different shooting positions. And the trigger system uses a refined two-stage pattern that many users describe as cleaner and more consistent than older versions. Accuracy typically settles into practical 1.5 to 2 mil groups at 100 yards with appropriate ammunition, aided by the rigid receiver structure and high-quality barrel, while the gas system is designed to operate reliably without needing constant adjustments, even when switching between different bullet weights. On the downside, the rifle carries more weight than polymer-heavy designs. Proprietary parts can be more expensive, and the steel magazine options tend to add to overall mass. But these trade-offs are largely tied to the durability-focused ethos of the platform, priced around $1,699 depending on configuration. The Galil Ace Gen 2 continues to stand out as a modern interpretation of a battle-proven design, built on robust materials, consistent mechanical architecture, and decades of refinement that emphasize reliability and structural integrity over minimalist weight reduction. Number 4. Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport 2. Coming into this spot, the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport 2 represents a refined take on the classic AR-style layout, built around the idea that consistent engineering and quality control matter more than flashy upgrades, starting with an overall length that generally ranges from 35 to 38 mil, depending on stock position, and a 16 mil barrel made from 4140 steel, a material selected for durability, and subjected to magnetic particle inspection to detect microscopic flaws before assembly, giving the rifle a sturdier foundation than many budget-class competitors. The barrel's mid-length gas system helps create smoother cycling by improving dwell time, and this tuning contributes to the rifle's reputation for reliability across different ammunition types. While its accuracy typically falls into the 1.5 to 2 mil range at 100 yards with appropriate loads thanks to stable bolt lockup and clean barrel machining, the aluminum upper and lower receivers keep the weight manageable while providing a rigid connection point for the internal components. And the Sport 2's controls follow the familiar AR ergonomics with a standard charging handle, selector placement, and modularity that allows users to attach various accessories if desired. The rifle generally weighs around 6 to 7 pounds depending on furniture setup, and its handguard, while simple, keeps the platform lightweight and easy to handle, with the Picatinny rail on top offering a mounting point for optics, since iron sights often need to be purchased separately. The lack of a dust cover and forward assist on some early models was once a talking point, but updated versions incorporate both features, bringing the rifle closer to a full-featured AR configuration, while still maintaining its cost-efficient identity. The polymer grip and stock are functional, though not as customizable as higher-end aftermarket options. And the trigger, while adequate for general use, isn't tuned for match precision, making it more about dependable operation than hyper-refined brake quality. Priced around $739 depending on configuration, the M&P 15 Sport 2 remains a widely discussed model because it blends factory consistency, reliable mechanical timing, and a straightforward design, that reflects the core principles of the AR platform without loading on unnecessary complexity, allowing it to maintain a steady reputation as a solid, well-rounded entry in the long lineage of AR-style rifles. Number 3, CZ Bren 2. Moving into the top 3, the CZ Bren 2 steps forward as one of the most thoroughly modern rifle platforms to come out of Europe, designed from the ground up to eliminate many structural weaknesses found in older patterns while delivering a level of mechanical refinement that comes from years of military-driven testing and iteration. The rifle typically measures between 34 and 37 mil in overall length, depending on stock position, and uses a 16 mil cold hammer forged barrel built to withstand long service life. Supported by a monolithic upper receiver that integrates the rail system directly into the structure. So, optics and accessories sit on a single rigid plane, reducing flex and helping maintain consistent zero, even during extended use. The short-stroke gas piston system is adjustable and engineered to keep carbon out of the receiver, enhancing internal cleanliness and reliability. And this piston design plays a large role in the Bren 2's reputation for running smoothly across varied ammunition types and environmental conditions, a capability confirmed in multiple European military trials where the rifle completed 10,000-round endurance evaluations without cycling failures. The polymer lower receiver keeps weight down without sacrificing durability, and the redesigned ergonomics include ambidextrous controls, a reversible charging handle, a comfortable grip angle, and a modular configuration that allows barrel swaps for different calibers in minutes thanks to its quick change interface, a feature that separates it from most rifles in its class. Its folding and telescoping stock makes the platform adjustable for multiple body sizes and shooting positions, and the overall weight, typically in the 6 to 7 pound range, contributes to a balanced feel that avoids front-heavy strain. Accuracy often sits in the 1 to 1.5 mil range at 100 yards with high-quality ammunition, thanks to the rigid monolithic upper and tight barrel tolerances, and the rifle's suppressed performance has repeatedly been noted in testing due to the gas piston's ability to keep excess blowback under control. The downsides include proprietary magazines for certain configurations, limited aftermarket support compared to AR-style platforms, and a higher cost that places it in a premium category, with pricing around $1,899 depending on the model. But its blend of rugged European engineering, modularity, refined internal mechanics, and endurance-tested reliability keeps the CZ Bren 2 positioned as one of the most advanced contemporary rifles designed for demanding military and professional environments. Number 2, PTR-32 KFR. Approaching the top of this list, the PTR-32 KFR arrives with a design philosophy rooted in the legendary roller-delayed blowback system that originally made the HK91 family so widely respected, carrying forward a mechanical style that avoids conventional gas systems entirely and instead relies on angled locking rollers inside the bolt head to control cycling speed through pure physics. The rifle generally measures around 36 to 38 mile in overall length, with a 16 mil barrel that delivers full energy potential from mid-caliber loads without requiring the longer barrels typical of heavier platforms. And this architecture gives the PTR-32 its signature operating feel, where internal motion stays clean and consistent since there are no pistons or gas tubes directing heat and carbon into the receiver. The steel receiver, built using a welded construction similar to classic German patterns, provides a rigid backbone that helps maintain alignment and durability through long-term use, while the fluted chamber, a distinct technological hallmark of this system, forms small grooves that assist extraction by creating pressure relief around the cartridge case, reducing stress during high-volume use. The rifle typically weighs between 7 and 9 pounds depending on furniture configuration, giving it a substantial but balanced presence. And the sighting system generally includes a protected front post paired with the familiar rotating rear drum, known for offering multiple range settings with repeatable adjustments. Accuracy tends to fall in the practical 2 mil range at 100 yards with appropriate ammunition. supported by the stable receiver, construction, and consistent bolt lockup. And while the roller-delayed mechanism is famously reliable in adverse conditions, it does generate a sharper recoil impulse and more energetic ejection pattern than gas-operated platforms, characteristics long associated with this operating system. The downsides include heavier magazines, stronger felt recoil compared to smaller calibers, limited modularity relative to more modern rifles, and a bit more receiver weight due to the steel build. But its price at roughly $1,299 keeps it in a competitive bracket for a platform built on historically proven engineering. Ultimately, the PTR-32 KFR stands out for carrying forward a mechanical heritage shaped by decades of service use, combining a tough steel receiver, a distinctive roller-delayed operating system, and a fixed geometry barrel setup that together create a rifle known for mechanical consistency, structural rigidity, and long-term durability rather than chasing ultra-precise or ultralight trends. Number 1. Brownells BRN-180. Topping this list, the Brownells BRN-180 stands out as a modern revival of Eugene Stoner's later engineering work, taking inspiration from the AR-18 and transforming it into a contemporary upper system built around a short-stroke gas piston and a rigid operating rod that eliminates many of the alignment sensitivities found in traditional direct impingement designs, giving the platform its signature smooth, clean-running behavior. The upper typically pairs with a 16mm barrel made from high-quality steel and finished with corrosion-resistant treatments, while the overall length of the complete setup often lands between 33 and 36mm, depending on stock or brace choices, though its greatest structural advantage comes from the self-contained recoil system, housed entirely within the upper, removing the need for a buffer tube and allowing the use of folding stocks without compromising cycling, a feature that dramatically shifts the handling options compared to classic AR architectures. The monolithic-style upper and handguard layout integrates a full-length top rail for consistent optic mounting, while the slim aluminum handguard includes modern attachment slots for accessories, and the side charging handle brings a functional ergonomic upgrade that keeps the shooter's control surface in a clean, accessible position. Accuracy retention after extended firing is a key talking point, as the piston system and rigid operating rod minimize carrier tilt and reduce fouling, helping the BRN-180 maintain stable point of impact over longer shooting sessions. And many testers note practical 1 to 1.5 mile groups at 100 yards with quality ammunition thanks to the tight barrel tolerances and consistent operating mechanics. The design also performs efficiently with suppressed setups because excess gas does not vent directly into the receiver, keeping internal components cleaner and reducing blowback toward the user. On the downside, the platform relies on proprietary charging handle geometry. Certain handguard sizes limit compatibility with third-party parts, and the upper assembly itself can cost more than complete rifles in similar calibers, with pricing typically around $1,399 depending on the configuration. Still, the BRN-180 occupies a unique space in modern rifle engineering by blending Stoner's lesser-known but highly refined ideas with contemporary machining and materials, creating a platform recognized for modularity, clean internal operation, and a folding stock capability that directly challenges many long-standing limitations of the AR-15 layout. And that wraps up our full countdown, a deep dive into the rifles that break expectations and flip the usual assumptions upside down. If you made it this far, you already know this list wasn't about hype or brand loyalty. It was about looking at the engineering, the history, and the real design decisions that separate ordinary builds from platforms that actually stand out. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment telling me which one surprised you the most, or which model you think deserves a closer look next time. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video, because we're just getting started. There's a lot more to uncover, a lot more myths to break, and a whole lot of gear that definitely isn't living up to the reputation people give it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.